Hi there, my name's Anna Navarro. I live and work on Treaty 7 land, and today I'll be reading from my short nonfiction piece, Letters from a Calgary Sidewalk at Night, which appears in issue 77 of Filling Station. Magic does not exist. There is only what my skin radiates, the way my voice oscillates into the night, the priestly drape of hair over my ears and between my thighs. Do not try to taxonomize me. Watch. Learn how my tongue wags, how to collect sweat in the shallow bowl of my navel. We live along a string of pathologies. We pluck off diseased hairs and lumpy skin. This winter is cold because it is sick. We must remedy the suffering with perennial construction, fire, down jackets. When did you last touch a body without the intent to mend? Listen closely. The city throbs with warm places. A coyote bounds onto an icy street and cocks her nose to the moon. Do you remember last winter? She licks herself. Last year's smells are tucked into her thicket of fur, a flayed hair, crumpled car metal, the first fetid melt of spring. This is an offering. Trace back all the breath you have smothered. Hold in your palm the derelict leaf, dry grass, dead winter bird. These are birthplaces. We learn to work by watching our mothers massage wind into a baby's lungs, turn over soil, undo the knots in our hair. See the coyote lurch into the dark. You can hardly hear her pause. Yes, she has a name. No, she will not come when you call her. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Charles. The poem that I had the pleasure of being published by Filling Station is a poem entitled You Alone Get Me. So big shout out to Filling Station for picking it up. This is one of my first forays into understanding what it means to be mixed. So this is a poem that deals with language, with code, just being understood. And the only thing you need to know before I read it is that some of the letters in the words are replaced with X's, and these X's add up to a code at the end of the poem. So yeah, you alone get me. That shit just hit different, don't it? Wavy. Who would have thought an eye could do that? Yesterday I went outside in the cold and smelled the grass until my nose ran. Violet is the color of lovers, moaning glacial, white bent to its breaking point there at Ultra. I want rain to bring me joy. Fuck, it's nightmarish. The sun ain't the same for you no more, and I don't know what to say. My dermatologist told me my skin was of the type that tans and doesn't burn, just in case I wasn't sure. I thought that was a little rude, but I am prancing around in these fall leaves like I belong near the ocean. How do I know? X equals O, I love you. That isn't what I need you to know, but I am, when it comes to voice, a throat of fractured chords.
What I love, you are not known to love. I'm speaking to you in my human speech. The atmosphere is a channel to the outer world, as by turns my instruments equate to failure. My earlier death conceded, So I walk between the trees' double negatives through banded shade. There is no other, no option but to wait. My last death came when I constructed the second message. There was no more ledger. You were very sick by then. You never wanted to die. The North Sea flags, and I lay deep beneath the sun. If I draw attention to it, you might think I was guilty somehow. No good would come if I told. I cannot describe the heat within and between our hands, the palm lines, the layered bridges, the half-moon pattern on your palm. A swirl of mare and genie measured the space between our fingertips by inches and mimicked tiny layers of earth embedded in my fingernails as evidence of rape. With war crimes, the recurrent signs are buried by human packs. For the piousness of their wounds, I stabbed them with my fist and mocked their rank. The sea lifted in a graffiti of yellow light. Among a mastery of petroglyphs, one made of map pins, another of pine needles, broken tassels, there was a space of belief where a carpet of citizens spread over the mud. They died there, beyond the shooting plain. They let each other break in the pity of battle. The Allies' truth is a snow-slurried portrait. Your voice rose into a mercurial knot within my ear, royal of 3,000 dust motes, a gun-dark kill. I thought I might be filled with compassion, not humility.
My name is Mary. I'm a writer. I'm a first-time contributor to Filling Station, and I'm really excited to be included in this issue. I'm currently working on my first collection of short stories, and today I'm going to read you a very small part of the story that will be appearing in Filling Station. I won't read the whole thing. It is titled The Roaring Twenties. Everybody thought the 20s would be roaring because we were stupid and sick, but what nobody realized is that history never repeats itself. It just makes you think it does. When things really started to slide, I realized it, that every time it's new. Every disappointment, meltdown, every catastrophic failure, it's new every time. And now, they were saying there was something in the air or in the water, and there were nosebleeds, which kept happening to me, and which started out of nowhere on one of those days we were waiting for the 20s to start roaring. We had stepped out of the movie theater, and you said, "Hey, you're bleeding." And I was, all down the front of my blouse. We spent those days suspended, open and soft, like something you shouldn't be looking at, like an exposed organ. Everything made me cry, but I didn't know why. We ate through boxes of clementines, even when they became too sweet, fermenting in their own skins. We'd go out, then we'd come back, then we'd lay down. You dodged creditors. I stopped paying my phone bill. We avoided the news. We'd go to the park where the grass was so dead it was on its way to becoming something else. You'd say, "We're just killing time." If my nose bled, I'd say, "Hey, I can walk it off." We'd get drunk and fall asleep in the tight heat of our bedroom. We were crying and laughing, and we were walking it off, this sickness and this stupidness that was waiting for things to get better. Empty planes burned fuel above our heads. We listened for birds.
Hi there, my name's Leah Sandals. I'm a writer based in Toronto, in Dish with One Spoon territory, and I grew up in Treaty 7 territory in Calgary, as well as Treaty 1 territory in Winnipeg. And I'm here because a poem I wrote about kind of remixing experiences in all those places. It's been published in Filling Station magazine, this beautiful new issue. And so I'd like to read it for you. The poem is called Unexamined. Leave the answers you don't know blank. Come back to them at the end if there's still time, till hematomas atomize, succumb, and revise, where gas bubbles trespass, brain bleeds occlude and reseed. See where she died outside the MRI, where her aura leaked outside the lines. Kananaskis peak progranulin, sci-fi experimental drug trials to get in. Super tip strip with rage agenda, name venom, demon, a lemon, lean in. Nom nom, anger, danger, all the blank spots dubbed cysts unkissed. At bow and elbow, library savior, failure, and oculus grift. I get the night sweats just responding to it. When the clock chimes out, you might realize there's no minutes left to return. So spin bullshit, jizz talk, womansplain. Make the paper burn. So the creation of this poem, I also want to acknowledge, owes its existence to some poetry circles that poet Huan Nguyen used to lead here in Toronto before COVID. And those workshops were really I'm just so grateful for them for many reasons. One of them is that it reminded me of the importance to me in writing in link with others, in writing as part of a community, or in link with the work of other poets. Through those circles, I was really lucky to encounter the work of Harriet Mullen, whose use of assonance and very direct puns and rhymes really, I just love so much, and it's really influenced my own practice. So wherever you are, I hope for you, like me, literature serves as a means of connection at this time of disconnection, and that you stay safe. Thanks so much. Bye.